There are very, very small adjustments that you can make that people will notice. It's very difficult to do something, for a long time, like let's say every day, and not see anything for it. And what I mean by that is, let's say you're not fat. You're not fat, but you're not like in shape. Does that make sense? If you were to go to the gym every single day on a day to day basis, you wouldn't see a difference. You wouldn't. You go to the gym 3 days in a row, you're not going to see anything, nothing. But if you go 30 days and then 60 and then 90, even then you might not notice any difference because you see yourself every single day. But the people you haven't seen in a while, they'll notice for sure. Even if it doesn't look to you that you've made any progress, even like a couple pounds can make all the difference. Trust me. And so this episode is not supposed to be like a motivational go to the gym. This is for something as simple as chapstick. That's it. That's it. Chapstick. That is the climax of this shitty episode. Chapstick. Now, like I just said, going to the gym requires effort. It requires a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of hard work. No one's going to do that. Well, people do it, but I'm not. What you got to do is you got to work on the small things. One of those things can be as simple as just putting chapstick on every day. You know, People don't really notice, like chapped lips, they don't seem like a big deal. But I feel like people notice when you don't have chapped lips. Meaning when they see you have chapped lips, they're not going to say anything to you. They're not going to think you're like different or weird because most people have chapped lips. But if you take that bare minimum of maintenance required on your body to not have chapped lips, you make all the difference. You'll look good. Nice, full, pink lips. That sounds really weird talking about pink lips. Not those pink lips, the pink lips on your face. Now, let's break it down. Let's break down the analytics here. Chapstick is like $2. Okay. It takes 7 seconds to put on. And just like a couple days into it, you'll notice that your lips don't feel as dry. They don't crack as much. They look like glossy and not, I would say, natural kind of in a way. But they look good. That's all it takes. That's all it takes, ladies and gentlemen. Chapstick is kind of the cheat code. Not a cheat code. You're not going to start getting pussy because you put chapstick on. But it's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt your chances, ladies and gentlemen. Or gentlemen, I guess, in this case. Um, it's not going to hurt. You know, like I said, it's cheap, $2, takes 7 seconds to put on, carry it around with you. It's very, very small, very compact. You can make it work. You can make it work. Trust me. And when you've never, ever, ever used chapstick before and you use it for the first time, it kind of feels good. You kind of feel like you're treating yourself the right way. Like I know like the girls will go out and they'll get like pedicures and manicures like every couple weeks to like treat themselves. Well, rather than spending all that money and all that time to do that, you can just put chapstick on. And that's a form of like self help. So that's my little cheat code to you. I guess this is a guys episode. I'm sure girls already know what chapstick is, but guys were like in the Stone Age. They didn't have chapstick back then. So just try it out. Just try it out. I'm not saying you need to get like the fruitiest, tutti fruity, passion fruit flavor. Just a nice chapstick, flavored or unflavored. If you want a scent, go with a scent. If you want unscented, don't do a scent. It's your choice, boys. It's your choice. Live your life. Live your life with unchapped lips. Okay? Take care of your lips so you can see her lips, if you know what I'm saying. So, that's my advice to you. That's my advice to you all. Take it, don't take it. But just remember, if you don't listen to my advice and, 20 years from now, you're looking back on it all, no girlfriend, no kids, no family, job just laid you off, eviction notice came in the mail. If you didn't if you didn't put chapstick on your lips today when I told you, I don't feel bad for you at all. What goes around comes around, boys. Remember that. So, I appreciate you listening to this, and I will see you tomorrow.